I'd like you to understand that the elements of UX design are similar or same thing as types of UX design. I intentionally added it so that you will not get confused. Now, in this lesson, I've added more pictorial to the different elements or types of UX design. So let's walk through the different elements of UX design. UX design refers to the process of designing digital products or services that are user-centered, usable, and enjoyable. Here are some key elements of UX design that designers should consider. First, we have user research, and we've talked about this in types of UX design, which was in lesson 4. UX design should begin with user research to understand the user's goals, behaviors, preferences, and pain points. This involves conducting surveys, interviews, usability testing, and other research methods to gather insights about the user. Let's take a look at what this looks like at the end. Now, this is what we call a user personnel. A user personnel is used to derive certain informations about a user, starting from the user's goals, issues, impact, and our approach. We also look at the user's personality, take out informations, and probably get images of the user if they are interested to share. Information architecture. Information architecture involves organizing and structuring the content and information of a digital product to make it easy to navigate and find information. This includes creating sitemaps, user flows, and wireframes to plan the structure and hierarchy of the content. Let's take a look at an example. In this example, you would see that we have created a more detailed explanation or guide for our users, and this would help the designer create a good design which is intuitive and easy for our users to navigate through the different screens and or pages in the product. We'll see more of this when we get into more practicals. Interaction design. Interaction design involves designing the way users interact with the digital product in reality things, including the use of buttons, forms, menus, and other interactive elements. This includes creating prototypes and conducting usability testing to ensure that the interactions are intuitive and easy to use. Let's see some realistic or reality prototypes in interaction design. A good example of this is from the iBank that I designed. And if you can see the way the movement of these different elements interact would tell you more of the reasons why a design or any interaction should be more realistic and conform with the way a user would actually interact in real time. This is an example, and we'll get to actually prototype this from the start to the finish when we get into the prototyping course. Visual design is the fourth one. Visual design involves the use of typography and color, layout, and other design elements to create a visually appealing and cohesive design that reflects the brand identity and resonates with the user. This includes creating high-fidelity mockups and user interfaces that bring the design to life. And a good example of this is the design we've been using from day one, which is the iBank design. This is a clear example of a UI or a visual design. Let's get on to look at other types. Other elements include accessibility, content strategy, and usability testing. Usability testing involves testing the digital product with real users to identify usability issues and gather feedback. This helps designers to refine the design and ensure that it meets the user's needs and expectations. Remember, these products are not for you or the product owners or the stakeholders, but mainly for the user's needs. So at every point in time, the user's needs and expectations must be prioritized. One very important element of UX design is accessibility. UX design should be accessible to all users regardless of their abilities. This involves designing for users with disabilities such as visual impairments, hearing impairments, or mobility impairments. By using color constructs, font size, and other accessibility features, the designers would be able to create a product that is not only aesthetically pleasing but functional and accessible to all. I'll see you soon in the next